All right. Hey guys. Just making sure everything looks okay. I also want to make sure this is live chat and not anything else. This is interesting. Can I? Interesting. All right. Sorry, like OBS is what I use for these streams, and I'm trying to like see how to best do this because I just did an update where you can see, or you can have a control panel, which is not working very well. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave the chat here so I can see it. And I didn't really have, unfortunately, much time to really plan this week. I had some work things come up and then work things cancel, but then it was still like causing issues. So just bear with me as far as like, I have some idea now what I'm going to draw, but it wasn't something I had in mind for a while. Another thing too is if you guys don't hear me, please let me know. Because it's kind of hard for me to know unless you guys tell me. So, yeah. Without further ado, I think, so I don't have a Pinterest board. I'll have a Pinterest board after the stream if you want to go look at it for any reason. I didn't have time to put one together for reference, but I really want to fill in this page, and since like I've been doing fruit on here, I'm going to probably finish it with fruit. I was thinking maybe doing some strawberries here and then maybe something here. But this was actually, these grapes were my first attempt at alcohol markers. I had a small set gifted to me from my mother. It's embarrassing, but I think it's been 2 years now, almost 2 years. And I finally started using it because like they were always kind of daunting to me. I don't know why. But we're going to do that. So I think I'm just going to do this because like I see myself twice and it's a little weird. So I'm going to get started on sketching that, and I am going to use my Faber-Castell polychromos to sketch because they actually erase decently well. I just have to figure out what color I want. Maybe we go with this light pink. It's called Craplac Rosa, which is Pink Matter Lake 129. So I also got this lovely set of Faber-Castell polychromos from my father this Christmas. They are lovely. I cannot say enough positive things about them. So just FYI. 1 minute. I think. No, it's okay. I'll figure it out another time. So, alcohol markers are still a little daunting to me. I am trying to slowly, like, I guess, dip my toes into getting into, like, more complex things with them. So, for now, I've just been doing fruit. But I want to see if maybe this live stream I can do, I don't know, a chicken maybe? I mean, I have done other, like I did do other stuff, but like later in this book, but I didn't come out exactly how I wanted them to, so we'll see. But I'm going to start with some strawberries, I think. I just want to find, I have a decent strawberry picture, but now I'm like, I kind of want at least like a couple strawberries to draw, maybe, instead of just like one. I think we'll do this one. I found one. Okay. So we're just exiting, or about to exit strawberry season in Florida. Which, why does this feel, oh, excuse me, I just completely lowered myself. There we go. we're towards the end of strawberry season this as we enter April or mid-April, which I'm really sad because like I love strawberries. They're probably my favorite fruit, for sure my favorite berry, and so I'm a little sad that it's ending, but I was thinking of trying to grow some of them actually myself in my indoor hydroponics systems, which are basically just it's like a machine. So it's like you can actually DIY, like some people DIY them, but it's a machine that basically you have a tub of water that the roots of the plant grow in, so you can actually grow plants without soil, and indoors with these things. You can also grow them outdoors with them. You would just not have there's a light component on the a grow light on the machine. So what you would do is you would basically, if you're growing them outside, you would omit that and you would just have essentially a bucket of water if you were DIYing it. Or I mean, there are machines that you can buy that don't have a light. It's just, you know, the tub, but they sell towers and stuff like that. You, like DIYing it, I would say if you're a beginner, maybe not DIYing it first. Like get one of the smaller machines and try it, and see if you like it. But I think like I really enjoy it. I've grown a couple things in my apartment in them. So I mean, strawberries are kind of, unfortunately, they're not the easiest thing to grow. I've even tried like in regular soil and it just didn't work out, but it's not impossible. They're just, you have to have patience, especially if you're growing from soil, and yeah, you really have to have patience if you're growing from soil. If you're growing from seed, you have to have patience. You can get like what they consider like baby strawberry plants and grow from those. And that'll take much less time. But I bought seeds, so I'm thinking of starting some. But you kind of have to, there's like a trick to them. You do have to, and I've read up on this because that's the only reason I know. If you put the strawberry seeds in the fridge for like a good couple weeks, because strawberries like a good frost while they're germinating, or before they're germinating. I don't know like how that works. Like when I was reading up, they were saying in my case I should put them in like a wet paper towel in the fridge, and occasionally change out the paper towel so like you're not causing mold. But yeah, so I'm gonna try that again. I did try it last time, but I didn't change out the towel, so they did mold, and that was completely my fault and me just being lazy. So this time I'm gonna be a bit more what's the word? A bit more strict with myself regarding them, because I do love strawberries, especially fresh. I went strawberry picking for the first time this year with my family, and it was such a fun time. Strawberries were absolutely delicious, especially if you like know which ones to pick. And as I said, we had a great time. I made jam with them. I ate all of them, like pretty much like almost every morning I was eating them. There is something very, I don't know why, it's something about how, I guess like because they're locally raised and we had a good frost this year down here in Florida. It's just, they're so delicious, like more delicious than anything you could buy in store. by a lot, and the price is comparable. I mean, you're maybe paying like a tiny bit more, but it was like $5, I think, a pound, which I think one of those pints is 8 ounces. I'm not sure, but yeah, they were so worth it, and I cannot like, if you live in a place where they have strawberry farms, obviously not this year because the season's ending, but next year for sure, go try it. It's a fun experience, and you can literally eat them while you're picking them, which is fun too. And you can make so many things with them. So I highly recommend going and doing that. But I want to try to grow my own during the off season, just because I think it would be good, I don't know, to have some homegrown strawberries, especially because they're not as good in the off season. So I'm really sorry if you can hear that. There's a truck driving right past my apartment building, so hopefully it'll pass soon. It sounds like it is, but yeah. So I'm just gonna put in the chat just in case I forgot to put it there, but please let me know if you can't hear me. So yeah, okay. So back to the strawberry drawing. I don't know what we're gonna put here. I was thinking maybe a lemon. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just kind of drawing the strawberries right now. But they do have some blossoms down here in the photo, but I think I'm just gonna draw the strawberries. It's funny how their leaves work. But yeah, so I hope all of your guys' March was good. Mine was, I guess, kind of busy. I don't know how else to explain it. It was okay. It wasn't like spectacular or anything like that, but the beginning was really bad. But with my grandfather and all that happening, but we're getting into April, which I was born in April, so my birthday is at the end of this month. So that's nice, I guess. I don't know how else to think about it, but I am going to start using markers on these. So that means I'm gonna close this. I want a very light, like hardly there pink, which I might use what I used as the base, because I actually put a pink base for these, so I might use the same thing. I think I might start with this water lily, because we also have to account for the seeds though. I'm gonna, like, because I don't want to draw those little seeds. I mean, it's light enough that I think I could put yellow over it and it would be fine. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. All right, let me start with the water lily is the name of the, and these are just Ohuhu alcohol markers. They were really popular. I think they're still popular. But yeah. I'm just gonna go in with a light pink, very light pink, on the strawberries. And I do have a white not an alcohol marker, a paint marker, so acrylic paint. So I might go over that because I couldn't find my jelly roll. I know I have like one jelly roll that I actually never bought. It was something I got in one of these art, what's it called? Art boxes, like art subscription services. So I got one with it in there, and I've had it ever since, and now I can't find it. So I'm going to use probably white acrylic marker for the super bright highlights, because alcohol markers kind of function like watercolor in the sense that you have to always go light to dark. You can't go dark to light. So if you want something super bright, like a super bright white where like maybe the paper is coming through because you have white paper, you do have to leave like space white that. So just a little FYI about that. So we're gonna have to be a little careful here. I might have to like zoom in on this picture a bit. How do I do that? Oh, here. Oh, that's better. Okay. Oh, much better. All right. I zoomed in on the photo a little bit so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. Next color. I might actually just go through and do like a second layer of this and then switch to, there's like a coral pink and then a cherry pink. Maybe vermilion might be better. No, I like the coral pink better. I've been having so much fun with these though, these alcohol markers, and like pairing them with the Prismacolor. I don't know, I like it a lot, so can't recommend that enough. I am gonna try to go through though and kind of just it's kind of hard to do this, but I'm going to try. Like where the seeds are. This might have been a bit too challenging for me, but we're gonna try, and if we fail, we fail, it's fine. Oh, my hair's a little messy in the back there, sorry about that. I really don't know what I'm doing. I've actually never drawn strawberries before, so I've always been kind of intimidated with all the little seeds, I guess. I don't know if this is gonna go well, but we're trying. I think I'm gonna do like one strawberry at a time. Problem is I probably drew them a little too small, but that's okay. No idea what I'm doing. I'm just praying it looks like a strawberry at the end. trying to concentrate on this. I don't know if it's gonna go well exactly. As I said, we are trying. As best as we can. So pretty out here today, although it's Florida, so it's like always, like it's very rarely not pretty unless it's like hurricane season and we're dealing with, you know, a hurricane. I don't know how I'm feeling about this, but it's okay. For a first time doing it, I'm not gonna get upset. I feel like they're a bit more spaced out than what I'm doing. Like mine looks like a raspberry shaped strawberry, or a strawberry shaped raspberry. I should really like rewatch one of these live streams just to see how much like outdoor noise you guys hear, because I hear stuff, but I don't know that the microphone picks it up. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I think I want to do a slightly darker, but still pastel color. This tender pink. What is light tea rose? Oh, maybe I'll do that one. Oops. I just don't think I have the right colors. Green pink. absolute best that I can with what I have, because I do have a limited amount of colors, but like that. It doesn't look terrible. I do want to go in some places with a darker red though, so I think we're gonna go with vermilion around the bottom here. Okay, the colors I don't want to keep using. I think I still want to use water lily. This, I don't really want to use that. Okay. Now what I wanted to do, this is the little pink. I want to go back over it. Certain areas. I don't know. Again, it's not terrible. It's not. It kind of looks like a strawberry. I'm not unhappy with it. Could it have been better? Probably. But as I said, I'm not super upset with how it came out. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, now we'll do another strawberry. I'll do this one. Excuse me, I just want to take a glass of water. The only thing I did want to kind of touch up there. There we go. I like it. Alright, this one now. Which this one's more in shadow, so it's definitely going to be darker. Only place I really see some darker pink, which actually I think I'm going to pull that queen pink out again, is in the middle. So I think like up here we have some. Another thing I'm still getting used to is these markers do bleed a little bit, so it's very easy to have them bleed on you while you're doing your thing. I don't think I'm doing too bad for first time drawing strawberries or coloring strawberries with alcohol markers. Also drawing them. I've never actually drawn strawberries because I just, you know, the seeds always intimidated me, I guess. I think they intimidate most people, honestly. I don't blame people for being intimidated by them because they definitely are something. This and kind of go a little bit harder. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We're doing what we can here. It starts to get really dark. Especially on the bottom here. Oh, they're playing some live music. Well, not live music, but they're playing music outside. 80s song, Black Velvet. Okay, I think that's good. And then what we're gonna do, kind of blend it a little bit. So we are gonna go back over, I think, with this color. Keep a little bit, kind of blend it out a bit. Unfortunately, I think I kind of need like a color between this and that light pink, and I don't really have that. The only thing I can think to pull What's pink flamingo? No. I think I'm going to go with chocolate pink. No, I want tender pink. Why do I not see tender pink? Did I pull it and I'm already using it? No. In here by accident? Yes, it is. Okay. That's why. It's kind of neon, not like darker, which is what I kind of need. Not terrible. Again, I'm like doing the best I can with what I have. Okay, let's do this one. And let's see. What colors are we going to need? Over here is really light, but I don't really know. And then over here is dark. I think, unfortunately, like the lightest I can do. Like, cause that to me looks terrible. So again, you know what? I'm going to, let's see, I don't want to put it right on. If you're wet, which is good. Do what I'm doing. I'm just trying stuff and praying that it works. I don't know if that made it better or worse. I think it made it worse. I'm trying things and hoping they work. And so far, I don't know that they're working, but we try, and that's all we can do. I don't like it. I don't think the white did what I hoped it would do, but that's okay. Yeah, whatever. I tried something, did not go the way I wanted it to. Like light over here. And you get some seeds coming out of it. Like that. But then unfortunately, like, I don't have any color between this and this really, and then you just go straight into dark, unless, I don't know. more of an orange, but maybe I can kind of use it as a way of like transitioning. I have no clue. It's kind of we're just trying things. That's what a sketchbook is for. To try things. And sometimes they will not go the way we want. And that's okay too, because that's a learning experience, right? So yeah, that's something I've been trying to get over, is like my fear of like messing up or like not having like a perfect drawing every time I attempt to draw, which makes little to no sense. Like it that's not how drawing works, unfortunately. Like you kind of have to make mistakes, and that's how you learn. So I'm trying to go into a lot of what I do, like just with very little expectations. And I probably maybe, do I have like a, if I have a pink, we'll see. We'll try something else on this strawberry and see what we can do. Because I think I do have this light pink, which might have been better than the white, because the white's kind of stark. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I really liked how this one came out until I did the white. So, I don't know. Is it still wet? No. So, let me see. This might be very stupid on my part, but we're going to try it. I want to see if, like, can I go over this? Oh, I can. Like, very slight. It like kind of helped a little bit, I guess. I don't know. So now that we kind of have this situation going, I think we need some more of that. But it definitely gets. Ooh, I just picked the wrong color. It definitely gets darker over here. Sorry if you can hear sirens outside. And I live in a busy downtown area, so unfortunately sounds are something that we're going to hear, and that's okay. It's kind of cool in some sense that I get to live in such a cool place. I want to see over. This kind of blends that, like these two together, very well. Don't know what I'm doing, I'm just kind of doing it. I'm praying that it looks okay. I still think this does not look right, so I'm going to have to do something about it. Yeah, unfortunately I don't think I have the colors to like get super bright over there. The only thing I can think to do is maybe use this and kind of, I don't know, do it that way. That's the only thing I could think to do, but it still doesn't look right, unfortunately. I don't know. We're just out here doing our best at what we can. I'm praying it looks like a strawberry. It doesn't match the photo, but it's okay. As an attempt at something with, as I said, I have limited color palettes, so in some respect. So I'm doing the best I can with what I have. Which, again, it's not... I might see if I can use something in here, because as I said, I don't really have a good color that's between this and this. Like, I kind of, like, these two are kind of too close together. This one's too far apart from these, so that's kind of where I'm struggling with these strawberries. I'm going to try... This is acrylic marker, though, that I'm going over with. I don't know if that helps or not, because it's too stark a white. I'm gonna see if maybe my color pencils might help do something. But first I actually do want to try to make this a bit darker, because it does kind of go up a little, like the dark shades kind of go up. So that's what we're gonna try to do here, and then I'm gonna get out some color pencils to try to see what I can reasonably fix. But this is my first time doing strawberries with these markers, and it's funny, from like a distance they don't look that bad, but close up I don't like them. Which I think that's fine. That's fine. We will be doing the leaves too, but I want to see if I can try to, because we're experimenting. Fortunately, we don't have like super light colors here either. I'm gonna see if maybe the color that I sketched with, I can kind of, it's not really doing much. Maybe if I go over with white, I don't know. It might soften it a little bit. Let's see. I have no clue what I'm doing. So we're just, it's doing something. It's just, I think I have to figure out how to use it for this. I think it's better than the acrylic marker because it's not as stark, but I don't know. I don't know. It was an experiment. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I'm not so dissatisfied that I feel like I need to cover this up at some point. So I think that's a win. I do want to see if I can try to go in here maybe a little bit too. Because like the way the seeds work is it's kind of light on top and then like dark on the inside, which is kind of hard to do when you draw them this small. So I guess in the future I'll try to be a bit careful with how I draw. If I'm doing strawberries again, I might draw them a bit bigger. But they kind of have like a highlight, like each seed. Some is more stark than others, but like here I kind of, there's some places like I think that acrylic marker was fine, and there's others I'm like maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. It's fine. I think that's as good as those strawberries are gonna get. So let's move on to the what's it called? The leaves. So we're gonna need greens for that. Just move these markers away because I don't want to hold them. So we kind of need like a dark green and a light green. So let me see, I have my little marker things here. So I think we're definitely gonna have to start with the colors on this set here. I think we'll start with the sugarcane. That makes the most sense to me. If I can find it. Ah. Okay. Okay, brush. So I'm just gonna go in, and I think we'll start with this one just because I probably should have colored left to right because I am a righty. So I would recommend in the future, if you were coloring, definitely start left to right if you're a righty. But yeah, alcohol markers kind of function the same way like watercolor would, in the sense that you have to really think about how light your lights are, like, because you can't go back. Like, I can't lift this color. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I can a little bit with, I've seen people do it with this colorless blender. So maybe, let me just see, because I'm already kind of seeing that this might be, never mind, it does absolutely nothing as far as lifting. Never mind, maybe it's with darker colors? I don't know. Again, I'm still learning these, so it's hard to like know for sure. But I can always go over with the white again in spots, I think, on the green. Next green I want to go with, which I'm gonna put this away. We have this one, which is kind of this sugarcane color. I think I want to go with a pale green and eventually make my way up to glass, but I think we're gonna need something even darker, or maybe even like gray over this at some point, because this leaf is not as it's darker and it's not as saturated, like not saturated, but I mean it's a duller color. So I'm gonna start with this pale green if I can find it, and certain places we are going to become darker. That maybe a little on the tip here because we're in shadow. Same thing kind of here. And I can kind of use the marker to mix it a little bit. It's not quite as stark. Okay, this one too is kind of like that. And I think goes. And what we're gonna try to do, and it's important that you do this while the other color is still kind of wet, because if, let's say, like I did this leaf and then I moved over here, but then I tried to like blend this again, you probably can. It's just not as easy as if you had just laid down color, you know. Kind of like, as I said, with watercolor, although watercolor is reactivated, but it's easier. Like watercolor is reactivated with water, but it's easier to come back and redo things, I think, with watercolor, whereas like I would say this not quite as much. And yeah, okay, it kind of gets darker under here. I'm not doing the photo exactly, like I'm trying to, but I do have some limitations with these colors, as well as the fact that, mostly with the colors, not really anything else, to be quite honest. I don't know. But I am enjoying these markers, especially like paired with the color pencils. Oh, excuse me. All right. I'm gonna use the lighter, but I think I'm gonna go even lighter than this color for the stem. So this is sugarcane. Maybe this one, or maybe crescent yellow. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Just to get the highlight on this thing here. I'm gonna start like that, and I'm gonna use the spectrum. Or, no, this is not spectrum. This is sugarcane. Sorry, there's another color in my thing that's called spectrum green, and I was looking at it, so that's why I said spectrum. But okay, I like that. I think that looks good. I am gonna probably touch it with a little bit of darker color, or like a I'm trying to think, maybe a gray in certain spots, because I don't really have like a dull dark green. This is like the closest to a dull green that I have, but it's kind of light, like it's in my pastel set. But I'm gonna see how it looks. I'm gonna see if it like kind of darkens some places, because it might. It actually does. So that's funny. Okay. It doesn't dull it though, which is interesting. So maybe I would have to go with green, because like it kind of like, I mean gray, because it kind of like, it's not bad, it's just not what I was envisioning quite much. It's not bad. It added something, I think. A little something. Okay. Leaves I'm not too unhappy with. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can do something maybe with a darker, like a color pencil that's dark. The problem is there's, I love these color pencils. It's just I don't have the space to lay all of them out, so I kind of have to utilize my bed a little bit here. Just behind me. So let's see. I should have like a dark, dull green in here. Maybe I can do something. This might be too much though. I don't know. We'll see. This is chrome oxide green. Just a little bit. In certain places, I think, would help. Okay, I like that much better. And then take some white. Go a little bit light here. Maybe a little bit lighter there. Okay, I think that looks good for those leaves. Move on to these. All right, you know what? Let's do this one because it's smaller and I'm not as intimidated by it. Okay, so how did we start? We started with the sugarcane. So let's start with that. This does not get quite as light down here because it's like obviously underneath the other strawberry. So I'm going to probably not use that yellow at all, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using it. Maybe like a touch here. Slight, just a slight touch of it there. And you know what, actually, I think I'm going to put a little bit, sorry if the thing's jiggling, right there. And you know what, I'll leave it open because I'm probably going to need it. Okay, let's blend that. Okay. We don't need this anymore. We are going to proceed to this. And there's kind of like a dark leaf here, which I didn't really draw in with the pencil, so I'm kind of putting it in now. This kind of gets a little dark on the underside. And then we can kind of blend that out, although I want that to be kind of stark, so I'm not going to go crazy with that. I'm going to put a little bit here, kind of blend that back. I just hope they don't touch, but it looks like they're going to bleed into each other. That's why I'm still learning this medium. Okay. There. Alright, it's not terrible. Not bad. A little bit of this. Just to kind of especially here, because I think this needs to be kind of, I want a harsh shadow there because that leaf is kind of pulling up. Okay, that. Now we can move to these leaves, which are a bit more intimidating. All right. Yeah, okay. So up here is a lot darker. I probably won't be using this light, but I think I'm gonna put a tiny hint just right here. And that's pretty much all that's going to be used for. Then we'll use this one. I have marker all over my hands now. I need to cut my nails. That's the other thing I have to do. Okay. Let's start with this light green. See the hint of light that's there. And then this is like totally dark, so I'm not going to like maybe we'll start and then yeah, we'll just darken. It's fine because you can kind of build, as I said, layers on this thing. And I probably will use the color pencil because there is some veining in this leaf that I will probably use the color pencil to get working instead of just colored a bit out of the lines. These things happen. Okay, and you know, I think the best way we can maybe fix that. Oh, look at that, it's like white out. That's good to know for like future use. Because that's acrylic. That's a white acrylic marker. Let's see here. Now we have to go into our darker green, which would be this one. I'm almost wondering if actually, if you look at this, this is actually lighter than this. It's just kind of like not as saturated, I guess is the way to put it. Because it's a darker green, but it's not a saturated, like as far as, I don't know, let me see. Let me see if I like this to start off with before. It kind of gives the same effect, to be quite honest. It's not that different than if I had gone in with the other one, but let's see. Kind of like a little light patch at the end there. This green and kind of blend it out. What did I just pick up? Oh, okay. Interesting, because it doesn't look like not much darker. It's not bad, it's just, I think, just trying to figure out how to use these things. Oh, I didn't even realize that's a leaf there. Silly me. There is a leaf here. Underneath the other one. I was like, why is that line there? Because there's a leaf there, silly. Okay, so let's, yeah, I want to still darken this a little bit over here. So that's good. And then this leaf is really dark. So like I'm talking like the whole leaf is not even this color, it's darker. So I'm going to, for the most part, go in with this. Except maybe leave the edges like a little bit light. I don't know. We'll see. It is interesting though, like if I had just gone straight on white instead of put like this lighter green down, it would have looked probably a little different. So we'll do that. And then I think it's kind of darker towards the center, which makes sense. But I definitely need a darker green. And none of these are really it. Because this is too vivid. Let me compare. Maybe this one, and then maybe go over with a gray. Because I need to dull it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's see, what color is this? That's grass green. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's definitely like the dark I need it to be. I do need to blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna try to go over with maybe a gray. We'll see, I don't know. I'm also like really saturating this paper with alcohol, and it smells like alcohol in here. It's just funny. Adding this on top does do something. Oops, there's no cap. Oh. No, that is not your color. Interesting. I mixed the caps up completely. That's hilarious. All right. I do want to go with a gray over that, but I think it has to be this green gray that I have. So we're gonna do that and see what happens. I don't know. It could completely ruin the thing. I have no clue. Or it could do absolutely nothing, which is what it seems to be doing. Yeah, that did not do anything really. It's okay though. I kind of want to do the veining. So we'll do that with this marker. Or not marker, color pencil. I want that to come out to like a tip. I can kind of even use the color pencil to kind of help with the what I'm doing here. kind of make it darker in certain areas and lighter in others, which is why I love using color pencils with markers, because I think the markers like do a nice base. I'm even adding some on some of these other leaves here, and then like I would say like the color pencil kind of adds like another, I don't know, like layer to, I mean it is another layer to it, but like they add something I think that markers can't, and that's like kind of like a texture. Which so I kind of like using them in conjunction if I can. I'm still learning how to use them in conjunction, because like, and you'll see, I'm posting a video hopefully next week where you can kind of see me attempt to use them together, and it didn't go exactly how I wanted it, but it's still, I think, as I said, I'm learning, so that's part of it, right? Is the learning. All right, so the strawberries, I would consider this done. The only thing I want to do is kind of strengthen this edge here, which I think I probably did a little too strongly, but that's okay. And then, yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so now let's see, we have about 45 minutes. So that took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to do, which I guess not surprised there. I think I'm going to do another fruit here just to cover the space, but I'm not going to do something that's like that difficult. I think I'm going to use like maybe like a lemon or something. I don't know. Now, of course, all I'm seeing on Pinterest is strawberries. Or maybe I'll attempt, I think I want to attempt, should I do a chicken? I kind of want to attempt a chicken in this color, I mean, this way, but I don't know. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek for next week, but I did do this little froggy. So I don't know, it's not that I haven't done animals, but I'm like trying to get my way up to people. So let's see, I don't know. I still don't know what I want to do there. Will that fit? I think that'll fit. I found a picture of oranges, so I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think that could be fun. All right, we'll do oranges here. So let me put these away, which this was here, and the only green that came from here was this one. The rest all came from up here. Okay, now let's go some oranges. And we might not finish coloring them here today, which that's fine. You'll see it at some point. I'll probably do this will be a sketchbook tour at some point, so not like you'll never see them. But I don't think I'm going to draw all. We'll see. If I can fit them, I will. Might just be a 2 orange situation, but we'll see. Center, we have a leaf that kind of comes up a little bit here. Another one that, I don't know what this is. What is that? Like a mark on the page. Another leaf that comes out here. And another one that comes there. We have another orange. It's like on its side here, which don't know. Getting kind of, I probably should have gone a little bit that way. We'll do like a fade to like out sort of situation. I don't know. And then there's another one here. It's a very fruitful page. I kind of like it. One thing I really did set out with this sketchbook is I wanted to have more color in it, and I think I'm accomplishing that, which is great, because I don't know if you've ever seen, like, I don't know if you saw my last sketchbook tour, but it is on this channel if you want to go watch it. It's not that colorful, and that's mostly because I think color scares me a little bit, and like I only like really feel comfortable coloring in what's the word, digitally, which isn't a good thing because color is all around us. I am going to erase this a little bit because if I can get this thing open, which, believe it or not, this is color pencil and it erases decent enough that I can move things, which is cool. Like, I mean, you can still kind of see it. You have to draw light. If I drew darker than this, I wouldn't be able to move it. I don't think I'm going to draw that orange that's here. I think what I'm going to do is kind of modify that a little bit, because this orange really should be more up here. Because there's another leaf that comes down here. It goes in like that and kind of comes like that. Like that. And yeah, so then the orange is about here, but it does hit this leaf, so I have to make sure it doesn't hit this one, but it hits this one, which might be getting into my strawberries, unfortunately, but that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. There. And yeah. I wish I could, maybe I could modify, I could put some leaves here or something, because it does kind of look a little weird. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. But I do want to color it and see if I can get that done before 3 o'clock. So we have our 2 oranges. Let's see what we have here. So I already, off the bat, see my big problem is going to be, I don't really have a good orange like in the regular set. So maybe I can mix this somehow. Let's see. Well, when we get there, we'll figure that out. But I do have some oranges here, which is good. I think we'll start with this one. Yeah, I think we'll start with this color, which is yellowish shade. Gotta love the names of these things. Okay. I'm just going to go through that center because obviously I'll go back with something much darker and make it dark. I wish I kind of did that, but if I was painting digitally, I could fix that, but it's okay. now we need a kind of a mid-tone, which I think I'm gonna go with barely beige. Or maybe, yeah, let's go with barely beige. All right, let me see what Cotton Pearl does. Where are you? There. Okay. The good news is this is a sketchbook, so I can just kind of do this. It's about the same, so I don't want to go with that. So yeah, I think we have to go with this barely beige. I'm kind of just seeing where the shadows are. And I do want to kind of blend this edge out however I can. Which, the other thing I find hilarious is like you can use the same color to make it darker. So I could just do this and call it a day, honestly. Which I think I might for now, and then go back over with the other color. This is much darker down here, but I will go darker, obviously. It's just I'm trying to kind of see what we're dealing with here. Definitely darker down here. Alcohol markers, I think the lighter markers dry darker and the darker markers dry lighter. I know that sounds weird, but it does. It's kind of how that works. So, just FYI. I don't know why I did that. It's okay though. We shall try to fix it by making it worse. It's okay. Alright. Now we need an even darker situation, so unfortunately I do not have a darker situation. The closest to, it's funny they call it salmon pink. I think either this chocolate pink or this salmon pink, which I think I'm gonna go with the salmon just because it's a bit more orange looking, even though it's a pink. I know it sounds a little weird, but yeah, that's more what I want. And I can still see, don't worry, the center down there, so I'm not too worried about it. And I will get to it eventually. I just want to make sure that we have the bottom the way I want it. Now, I do want to give it its dark center, so let's do that. With what? I have no clue, because I don't really have something that works for that. Maybe I'll try that potato brown and see what happens. Oh god. Hey, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't hate it. Now I want to kind of, if I can, smooth this out a bit. And then what I really want to do is I want to make that darker to kind of show like the indent. And again, the only way I can think to do that is gray. Well, last time it didn't really work. Let me see. I could either completely ruin this by doing this or do exactly what I'm trying to achieve. So what I might do is I'm going to do a little test area. So this is our salmon. I want to just see what happens. If I layer this over it. Yeah, that's too dark. I don't like that. Okay. I just have to stay that way. I don't want it to stay that way though. Let me see. Let me see if I can just go darker with the same shade. Maybe I can use a pink, like a darker pink. I don't have a darker pink. We'll see. We're just gonna go here. Yeah, that's not really doing anything, is it? I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's not terrible. This is not great either. What was I using this for? That's the berry beige. I want to use this one. Kind of blend this out a little bit more. I don't know. It's the best I can do with what I have, I think. So what I'm going to do is use maybe my color pencils to help me out. I think that's a good idea. I do like it though. I don't think it's bad. I just think it needs a little bit of depth that I cannot achieve with my what I have. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Because I want it to be a little darker around the pit, or the center rather, because I think it does have to get darker. Let me see if I can use the marker to kind of make it darker down here, because it does get darker towards the bottom. Yeah. I gotta my green a little bit, it's okay. And then what I can do is go in with this and kind of go even darker with the color pencil, which is what I'm trying to achieve here. Is a little bit of darkness. I'm kind of like just doing different movement, not movements, but different patterns to kind of, I don't know, give it a little something, a little texture. I don't know, I don't hate it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I don't hate it. It kind of looks more like a peach to me than an orange. But I don't have a super saturated orange color, so I think that's just the nature of the beast. But I'm kind of happy. I like that orange. Let's do this one. How are we on time? Oh, we're doing 15 minutes, not bad. Okay, let's do this orange. Oh, let me put this in here. I don't want to harden. Okay. Alright, so we started with this, which is this yellowish shade. Keep opening the wrong side. And this one has a highlight up here. And another one down here, which is interesting. So that's going to be fun to draw because, like, this is raised a bit more. So it's dark in here, but it's raised a little bit here so that you get some light here and light up here. Okay. Now, yeah, I think we're going to try to go into the darker places a bit more with this color. So you can kind of like block out where the highlights are. And so when we blend, it won't be as big of a deal. There we go. You can kind of, it's very slight, but you can kind of see where I left the highlight. And then I'm going to use our Barely Beige. That's fun. And we're gonna go in probably around here. I do want to blend this edge out a little bit. Smidge. I'm still trying to keep our highlight here. I'm going to keep it open so I can do what I need to do. Probably should have left this a bit lighter, but it's okay. It's just a sketchbook page anyway, so we're just having some fun. Low pressure fun, even though I'm a perfectionist and there's no such thing as low pressure fun. don't know, I do want to add the little circle thing before I forget where it is, because I've already kind of lost it. Oh, there it is. They definitely look more like peaches, but whatever. It's fine. I'm not gonna stress. All right. So this is my Barely Beige. I think we're done with this one for now. We need our Salmon Pink, which doesn't really look like a salmon. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Super dark here, kind of going up to here, definitely dark around the center here. And it kind of goes like almost like this. I want to blend this out a little bit. Maybe even use this to kind of bring it all the way. Definitely look more like peaches, but whatever. I really do like how alcohol markers almost look like this would be like, you know how like this is acrylic marker? I would consider this like watercolor marker almost, except, you know, it's not. There are watercolor markers that you can activate with water, like reactivate, like as if they were watercolor, but I don't know, I really like these, and I might get more colors probably at some point. I don't know. I would like to. Okay. I think that's good. I'm going to use our handy dandy, which I actually think it's not that big of a area. I'm going to like make that smaller a little bit. And I'm going to use our color pencil to kind of give that bit of darkness around the center a bit more. So around there. And then I want to try to make it a bit darker here because it certainly is. And it's not in the really showing up in the color pencil, not the color pencil, the alcohol marker. I don't know what these things look like. I don't know if they look like, I guess they're kind of looking like oranges. I don't know. You guys tell me. I have no clue if they look like oranges. They might look more like peaches, but I'm not going to complain about that, but that was not what I was going for. Okay. I think we're done with the oranges. Now let's just do the leaves, which we're making good time. I might even finish this before the time, before 3 o'clock. We'll see. So these leaves are definitely darker than the strawberries leaves. So I'm going to probably start off with something. I might actually start off with the light. Maybe start off with the pale green. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Pale green. Did I put it back in the wrong place? Nope. Yeah, because these leaves are very dark, so. Okay. And I think I kind of have to keep like a thin stripe in the center, which is going to be interesting to try to do, but we shall try, because this stuff bleeds like you wouldn't believe. If I have to go in with white, I might. Let's go with a dark green. I think maybe this vivid green might work. Or I don't know, we'll see. Because as I said, it is a dark color. The other leaves. Making so much noise. Oh, the ice cream truck's outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's playing its music. I actually have to make, after this I have to go bake a cake because it's my grandmother's birthday tomorrow. So I'm gonna make her a cake, which I'm really excited to do because it's been a while since I've baked a cake. And this one I actually had made when I was younger, which I actually think I'm going to go with a lighter green in this leaf. When I was younger, and it didn't come out exactly the way it was supposed to, but like I know exactly what I did wrong and how to like prevent that this time. So I'm really excited to try it again. It was a not enough frosting issue, and I wasn't going to make more frosting at the time. But this time I'm timesing the frosting recipe by 1.5 so then I can, you know, not have an issue, hopefully. But we'll see. I hope not to have an issue. Fortunately, there is a mark there I can't get rid of, so we're stuck with it. Yeah, I'm excited to make the cake. It's a surprise. I didn't tell her what kind of cake it is. It is a little fancy, but it's like not fancy in the sense that it's like hard to make. It's just, it requires some time. Sorry, I want to blend this out a little bit. Picked up the wrong marker to do it. And then it kind of gets dark in here. I don't want to name the cake because I don't know if she's watching, because sometimes she watches these. So I'm not going to say the type of cake or like what's in it, but I'm really excited to make it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But I am excited because it's been a while. This leaf is like really dark green. So we'll see. But I do have to kind of leave. I think I'm going to have to go in with the lighter green, not this light green, but this light green. Because there is like a center line that is lighter. And then I might do some touch-ups with color pencil on these leaves too. We have time, so. Actually, after this I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to make the cake, because I have not eaten since breakfast at this point. And I definitely need to eat at some point. Okay, just want to fix this edge a little bit. There we go. Now let me see if I can get a green that I can do some stuff with. White, I might go in a little bit in here, just a tiny bit. I don't really think it's really doing much, unfortunately. Maybe a tiny bit, but it's pretty light. That's not really doing much. A little bit there, a little bit there. Especially on those lines that are like obvious. Now, are my greens? My greens are in here. I'm definitely hungry, so we're gonna have some. I have some broccoli cheddar soup that I made, so I'm definitely excited to have some. But I think we're gonna touch up the leaves a little bit here, kind of give them a little bit of depth, just a tiny bit, especially around the center. I think I'm gonna go over it a little bit too, because I might have a little too stark, but it's okay. This leaf is very dark. I don't have a darker marker, so we're gonna have to work with the color pencil. Which is fine. Same thing here. I really like how, you know, looking at it, it's not that bad, like how it came out. I'm kind of happy about it. Even like the strawberries, they're not that bad for a first time drawing them. And these look more like oranges to me now, which makes me happy because I did not think they looked very much like oranges. Mostly because they look smooth, whereas like oranges are kind of bumpy, which I might, I'm like tempted to play a little bit as far as like putting some dot texture. Is that stupid of me? Should I not do that? I'm gonna do it anyway. Because they do kind of have like this bumpy texture, and I don't like how smooth these are because it doesn't look like an orange in my opinion. They look, when I'm looking at the screen, what you guys see, they look like peaches. So what we're going to do is I don't know, kind of give it the bumpy skin it deserves. I don't know if that's helping, because it's like kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, am I making it worse? I don't know. It now looks kind of like a speckled, I don't know, speckled peach. I'm just gonna keep going with it and see what happens. I'll put some in here too, because even though it's in shadow, I want it to have some texture. I mean, it's orange. I think it looks a bit better. I'm gonna get a lighter orange for other areas. So maybe this one. For like the areas where we're getting a bit lighter, because I don't want it to be too stark. I don't know if I'm helping. I don't know. I'm like looking at the screen to kind of see how that's working, but it's like weird. It's even if I apply, I almost think I need to like add a little bit of something. I don't know, like something like that, and then kind of go in and do the same thing here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to add some texture. Like oranges have texture, whereas like a peach would not. And let me see if I have an even lighter orange to go in where we get light. I think it looks a bit better, personally. I don't know. So maybe we'll do the same thing with this one. Adding some dots in. Again, I don't think it makes it look, it makes it look less like a peach. I don't know if it's an orange, but I don't think I quite captured the texture, but it's okay. These are not things I often draw, so I think for what it is, not bad. I just have to try better next time. That's fine. This is all in the name of experimentation. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here, you know, forever. At least I can't today. I don't know. I'll work on it in future attempts, I guess is what I'm saying. So we might be going a little bit over just to finish this thing up, but that's okay. And obviously in the lighter spots, I'm gonna go a bit lighter. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Okay, today is April 5th. Okay, I like to date what I do. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself, and I honestly didn't know what I was going to be doing because just the way my week was, I didn't really have time to plan. But I'm glad that this is what it ended up being. And thank you for coming. I'll see you guys in, well, I'll hopefully posting a video next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, I'll be doing a live stream again. So every other Saturday that I'm not posting a video, I'm hoping to do a live stream, and then the Saturdays in between, I'm hoping to actually put out a video. So I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.